The Joe Rogan Experience.
If you're someone that wants to do porn, you were coming off better just setting up your webcam like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Day one podcast, you and Brian with a laptop and a microphone and just turning the webcam on and just doing whatever the fuck you want to do with yourself, then dealing with the industry.
Yeah.
And the record industry is becoming similar to that too.
I think so too, but I think that it's hard for them to find an audience that way. There's so much porn. Like I had a joke I was doing for a while about why are they making new porn? Like who has jerked off to all of it? Like there's no way anyone has seen it all, but yet they keep making new porn. It's like, it's crazy. Like there's no demand. Like there's no demand for new stuff. There's plenty. Like you would have to be some kind of crazy creep to have seen every porn that has ever existed.
But it's no different than MMA. There's people innovating. There's people
innovating in porn,
backflipping and POV and new scenarios,
chances, breaking their necks.
Yeah.
It's I think the cam thing is the big thing. Girls fuck on camera. You know, they'll have their boyfriend come over and they'll fuck him and suck his dick on camera, and you pay to watch. I think that's the big thing. And they do private shows, and like the guy could tell, you could tell the girl, hey, I want you to do this to him, and they'll do it on camera. Very strange.
You know the funniest shit though? So Steve Byrne and I, we were in Pittsburgh, and three things lead to another, and we end up at a strip club. And it's a weekend, and so apparently, I didn't know this, but porn stars tour strip clubs, and they'll go to a strip club on the weekend and dance and sell whatever pocket pussy or whatever vagina mold they have, and all of the strippers fucking hate them. They hate them.
Really?
Yeah. Like some of the strippers are cool because they bring more people into the club, but for the most part, the men are saving their tip money to tip the porn star that they came to see. So it's like being a seasoned comic, and then the Instagram comic comes in who's never stripped before. Like, yeah, you fuck on camera, but it's not stripping. What I do is an art. What you do is slutty behavior. Because, like, there's like a beef between like strippers and prostitutes. Because like some strippers will suck and fuck in the back of the club, and it fucks up money for the rest of the strippers that are playing the game straight up.
Right.
So there was this weird tension in the strip club while the porn star was on stage, and I could not stop laughing. Because it was comedy, and that's part of why, like, stripping to me is performative. It's, in a weird way, it's comedy and stripping. It's damaged people entertaining strangers. So there's more of a synergy, so I don't really get anything out of watching the stripper, because in the back of my head, I know you're thinking about groceries or some other shit. But it was hilarious as a comic to watch two different, same but different type of performance. It's like the magician versus the stand-up versus the juggler, and how they all kind of don't really like one another for one reason or another, because they all think what they do is superlative to the other guy's craft. And it was goddamn, it was fucking hilarious.
That is an inside scene that only strippers can really appreciate what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for them, they're like, yes, those bitches ruining it, coming over here, a bunch of fucking whores.
There's a couple of strip clubs that I used to go to in Birmingham where, like, the club would close at 2 and the police would leave, and then at 3 the club would reopen, and then it was open season, and it was whatever you wanted to do. And then you would see strippers in the parking lot yelling at the other strippers who were choosing to stay for the 3 a.m. session, saying that y'all are messing it up, and that's why nobody comes before 2 is because of what you're doing. And so it's just
So at 3 it became like a brothel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
Isn't it hilarious that you could fuck anybody you want for free, and there's not a law about it, but as soon as money gets exchanged, you're a criminal and everybody's mad at you. If you're just a slut, no one cares. But if you want to fuck people for money, that becomes a real problem for people, because people desire sex so much, and there's so many guys that cannot get laid, but they've got some money. And if they find out they could pay for it, like people are like, nope, you can't. You can't pay for it. You can pay for everything. Everything that's legal. Everything else that's legal, you could pay for, except sex. You could pay to have someone cook for you. You could pay to have someone rub your back. You could pay to have someone cut your hair. You could pay to have someone mow your lawn. You could pay to have someone take out your trash. You could pay to have someone clean your house. All things you don't want to do. You can't pay for someone to suck your dick. You can't. No. But someone could do it for free. If they like you, there's no problem. It's very strange.
Or in exchange for college tuition.
You can't even do that. If you made like a deal, like you suck my dick and I'll give you a house, people go, hey, you can't do that. That's prostitution. Like, very strange, right? I mean, think about all the things we do that we don't want to do, but we do it for money. Everything's fine. Yeah. There's no issue. Even think like, I grew up doing terrible construction jobs I'd never want to do. It might be better to suck a dude's dick for $1,000 than to
lay drywall,
fucking carry cement bags all day for $400 for a whole week.